So funny.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Dude, it's been forever.
Oh my gosh, way too long.
Way too long, you guys. I've missed this.
I know. I don't even know what's gone on in the last... How long has it been?
Dude, like a month.
I was on vacation, and then we skipped the one right before vacation. Then I was on vacation, and then I skipped last week. Right?
So this is like a month. Yeah, it's been like a month.
Dude.
I know.
Who's in charge here? They should just...
I have no idea.
Get me gone. Oh man, I'm gonna actually grab my laptop so I can read their comments.
I know. I was like, I need my glasses.
I know. I brought it. Hopefully it's charged. Put it on this lovely.
I'm so excited for today, you guys.
Oh, so in the light of Mental Health Month and me also not prepping a craft for tonight, I was like, hey Tiff, how do you feel about continuing the conversation about mental health? Because I talked about it on Wednesday and it was so well received. Like everybody was just like, I need that. I need to talk about this.
Because we don't talk about it enough.
No, and talking about it breaks the stigma, as girl said last week, Cheryl, or on Wednesday. So
let's break the stigma. Let's talk about our mental health struggles, which I'm sure we're not alone in at all.
Nope.
That's what I like about talking about this, is hearing everyone else's story too. You know, like, you're not alone. You're not the only one struggling with anxiety, depression, just the chaos of life.
Right.
And hopefully we can all talk like practical tips too, because I know I'm one that likes to know what can I do to fix it.
Yeah.
So I always want to know.
Right. And we talked on Wednesday about how the lies in our heads, we all experience these lies, but the enemy definitely wants us to feel alone and like we are the only one. So I didn't even touch on that on Wednesday, but the lie that you're the only one going through this and nobody understands is such a lie. I think a lot of us believe.
Absolutely.
And just watching people open up about this, it's really helped me break that wall down and go, you are not the only one who struggles with these things. You definitely have a community of people who need to know they're not alone as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I feel like too, just being a woman in today's society, I mean men too, but I feel like just as a woman, from a woman's perspective, we're called and to do so many things in the home, with careers, with kids. It can be just so overwhelming. And that's one of my big struggles too.
Yeah.
Is just, I'm super just inconsistent with stuff. So
yeah,
I want to talk more about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're so hard on ourselves all the time. We can never give ourselves grace. And so it doesn't help. Never.
But it's easy for us to say give grace.
Yes.
To other people, but when it comes to ourselves, it doesn't. Because I just walked into her studio and I'm like, oh my gosh, so much stuff has changed. It looks so good. And she's like, I just have so much to do. And I'm like, but you've done so much. I'm like, you need to have grace with yourself.
Yeah. So
it's so easy to give that advice, but to actually take it is so hard. And I don't know why, women too, we have a hard time with compliments and just, I know I do. When someone's like, oh, you look so good or whatever, I'm like, oh no, it only took 5 minutes, when in reality, no, it took me an hour to get ready.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
So.
I'm with you. I don't know. That grace thing is just so hard. I say it all the time to people. I'm like, give yourself grace. And we are so much harder on ourselves than everybody else. So I don't know. There's just a level of perfectionism that I'm always trying to get to in certain elements of my life. I'm not necessarily like that with my self-image or just my high quality of, I don't know, I don't like expensive lavish things. There's a lot of things that I do not need perfection for, but there are so many things when I'm if it's in my control and it's representing how I work and do things, I want it to be perfect.
Absolutely.
But in the end, I end up compromising it at all because I didn't do it at all because it wasn't gonna be perfect in the first place.
I feel like I'm like that with my daughter. She's my only child and I homeschool her, and I feel like homeschooling her is a reflection of me, and I want to be perfect, so I put that perfectionism onto her.
Yeah.
And she's my wild, crazy, artistic child.
Yeah.
And so that's hard for me in that sense. And when it comes to business, I could literally work 24/7 and be so happy, and I neglect my family. You know, sitting on the couch, everyone's watching TV, and I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
And so I have a hard time putting that aside because I truly do enjoy it, but there's that level of like perfectionism. What am I going to do next? Like, I feel like sometimes maybe that's a struggle with contentment too,
Yeah.
of like being happy of where I'm at.
Yeah.
And just always wanting like more or the next big thing or what's the next new thing that's going to happen in my business or my life. And I need to stop thinking like that. It's so bad. I'm sure many of you guys feel like that too.
But it's fun. It's fun to chase those exciting things, and it's fun to do something for ourselves. And it's like business for all the entrepreneurs out there. Like, it's a part of us. Like, it's what we've created, what we've come up with. We should be proud of it. We should enjoy it. Like, we do it because we want to break that working the 9 to 5, you know? And so it can be daunting when, you know, other people who work 9 to 5s are off at 5 and they don't think about work at all.
Yes.
When we could work all day, every day if we want to. We have to build those boundaries and those schedules, and we have to stick to them. And honestly, like, I've struggled with this. I'm like, when I work on my business, it returns dividends. When I work on my family, we just are the same. You know, it's like,
no, it's like, true.
I'm hanging out with you, but what do you got for me? You know,
right.
Like, it's fun to put effort into something that yields something back.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with the real important things in life, when we put time and effort into them, we're not going to see instant gratification because that's not how we're designed. We're not designed, like, think about gardening and all the things that we were designed to do, work the earth. Like, it all is a process and takes time, and every part of it is like a learning process and a growing process.
I love this. I love that because we live in a world where it's instant gratification. Like, literally, you get a ding on your cell phone for every notification. Like, things are, Amazon Prime is shipping to you within 1 day. I know in my business, sometimes I'm like, oh, I have to do this, so I can't ship this out till later, but I'm not keeping up with Amazon. And I'm like, Tiffany, you're legit like one person. Like, relax, it's gonna be fine. But it's that instant gratification. Just like me with yo-yo dieting, I want it so fast right now, but it took me years to put on the weight, and it's gonna take probably years to get it off.
Yeah.
But I can't sit down and think like that sometimes, and I'm just so like, now.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah. I talked about it on Wednesdays, home renovation. Like, every home project takes time and a process and hard work, and it's just, there's just so many things that I think we have to learn to be patient, especially living in our culture.
Yes.
Because we love that.
You can literally hop on an Instagram reel and watch someone redo their whole kitchen in 30 seconds, and you're like, but mine's taking 3 months.
3 months, like 8 months. I'm like,
but that's the reality. Yeah. It's like, we see that and we're just like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Seconds it took them, when really that's not the story.
Right.
Yeah. So, hello.
Yeah. I know. And like, look we're sitting in like a set that looks put together.
It does.
And I showed you guys in the stories today what the studio really looks like. So it's you can't always take what you see on those Instagram reels and things like that as reality.
Right.
And I have footage sitting around for reels that is 6 months old. And one day you'll see my kitchen come together in 20 seconds. But I hope you all know that is, and it's kind of why I wanted to start documenting that, because I want people who are going through these real life things to understand, like, beautiful homes are perfect and great and all the things, but it takes a lot of mental strain to like renovate a house or
anything just we do in life. Keeping your house clean.
Oh my gosh, we can go all day about that.
That's my struggle, is like, because I asked a question in my Facebook group.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do y'all do to keep like yourself sane with your homes and everything? Because for me, feel like when there's physical clutter, there's mental clutter. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but I struggle with this so much. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. There's 2 of us all the time. My boyfriend comes over often. And then I have a business for my home, and I don't like drop ship your guys' orders. Like, I keep everything in my apartment in like these big tubs. I have a tub here that I brought for Tania, but I have things like stacked up, and it makes me crazy. But I mean,
That means you're doing good, though.
I know, but
I know it's hard to have your business and your home in the same place.
It's so hard, you know.
Oh yeah, and I think I was prideful when I moved back into my home because we bought our house, the fixer upper, that's huge, because we were like, well, you could work from here. And I was like, yeah, it's big enough. I don't have to rent a space outside the home. It was great for COVID, but after, a year and a half of that and moving my studio into different rooms and trying to work around things and feeling ashamed if like I decorated a wall like this because it's at my house.
Right.
Like it's one of those building blocks of like I wanted to do it to relate to everybody, but then there was a moment when I was like, okay, there's a time to show like relatable is really a great thing, but also showing like what a business can yield if you work really hard at it. And Landis said today, she was like, man, now you have a big house and a big studio to keep clean. And I was like, I know.
That's so crazy because you think it's going to be so much greener if you have like a studio and all this. It just doubles your work and you don't think about that, you know?
Yeah.
Because I always dream of that too. I'm like, ooh, one day I'm going to have like a little boutique or a studio where I can like do my lives and like have it all set up so I don't have to like take out my camera and do this and it's an hour process. But then like now I'm like, oh gosh, then I'm going to have to like, keep up a studio and like do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound as fun as I really think, really think.
I mean, it is fun. It's definitely fun. But like she came in and said, are you overwhelmed? I said, not really, because I love doing all this, but I just wish I had 8 more hours in the day because I don't have enough time to do all the stuff that I want to do in here. And being the creative of my business, I've learned like there's an element of me putting my hands work into this, not pawning it off on, like Landis has been taking on doing the set for next week and it's been great, but I have helped a lot in elements because I'm like, you have been doing this for a while. Your brain thinks creatively. She's only 14. She doesn't do this all day, every day. So, just little things like teaching her how to use the X-Acto knife instead of scissors, so there's just a lot of things where it's like, okay, I have to just own it and be like, this is your project. If it doesn't get done, have grace for yourself.
Right.
Because right now at the moment, there's nobody else on my team that loves to craft the way I love. And
it looks amazing in there. Like, I literally can't believe that she's done that. Just wait till you guys see it. It's going to be rad.
Yeah, and she did awesome. She came up with the whole concept.
It's hard to be a creative, too, and I'm a dreamer. I feel like I've heard this before. There's dreamers and doers.
Yeah. And
I'm a dreamer. Like, I will spit out 500 ideas and want to do them all, but then I lack, like, the logical side of it. And that's why I love my boyfriend. He's the logical, and he's like, okay, well, how are you going to do this and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
And brings me back to earth. But I know me and you have sat there before and just spat off ideas to each other.
Yeah.
And then I'm like really thinking about it. I'm like, well, how are we really going to do this? And like, I'm already inconsistent with everything in life. Like, how am I going to add even more to my plate?
Right. And I grew up with dreamers always disappointing me, like always. As a child, I just remember hearing all the dreamers around me just constantly being like, we could do this business and we could do that and we could do this, and I never saw any of it come to fruition. And so that was when I think it kind of just switched in my brain to go, don't talk about it unless you're actually gonna do it. And then I hold myself to this level that if it came out of my mouth, I don't want to let anybody down. And I've talked to them about this before. Like, sometimes I'll stop talking about something because I'm like, oh, I don't want to share that, because if I share that, I'm going to add it to my to-do list. My to-do list is going to be overwhelming, and I don't have time to do that right now.
Right.
And so just learning to hold back some of those things and process them a little longer than let them all out. But in the long run, like, I miss that element of dreaming sometimes, because I'm like, well, I could still dream about things, but have that sense of, let me talk about this, but with the open-mindedness that it might not happen.
Right.
No,
I love that. I love that perspective too. Because growing up, my mom was like a business owner, and for me, I feel like it's the opposite. Like, it was just me, my mom, and Larissa. So I saw my mom have this dream of having her own salon, and then she did it. And then when she did it, she was like satisfied and happy. At least that's what I think and thought. Mom, if you're watching,
No.
that's what I like thought. So I've always felt this kind of like the opposite. Like I've seen a dreamer do it and now I want to do it and I feel unstoppable.
Yeah.
And could do anything. But that's hard too because I feel like if a dream doesn't come to fruition, like you're saying, I feel this sense of failure. And I hate that feeling because I love to just, like you said, when you say you're going to do it, you do it.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Yeah.
And it could be like this amazing dream and you're doing all the things. It's not in God's plan for it to happen or go through or forth. So that's something I'm like trying to learn too.
Yeah. No, yeah, that, I mean, and taking God into the mix of it, he often will slow me down and be like, what of this is what I asked you to do?
Right.
Like, none of this.
Right.
And sometimes I feel like I'm running so fast that he's like, hey, you gonna check with me? Like, is this something that we should be doing? You know, even though it's not every good thing is a God thing. I have that written down in one of the speakers that I listen to, but not every good thing is a God thing.
I like that.
We talk about good things all day long, but when is it actually a good thing and a God thing? And when can we do it? You know, and luckily God created us the way that we are, and I'm just in awe of him so much when I ask him, you open the doors that you want me to go through, and realizing like, wow, you shut doors that I would have kept open. And here I am over here doing things that I'm enjoying so much more because you know me more than I know myself. And you knew that would look so tempting to me, but over here is actually what I needed and I want. And he doesn't just throw you in a door that's like, here, you don't really want this, but let's go do this.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
That's so good. I love say it again, the good and the God thing.
Not every good thing is a God thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing that now. Like, just because a good thing happens to me, I'm going to be like, okay, it's good, but now was this like a God thing?
Yeah.
Instead of it just being like your own. That's really good.
Yeah.
Do you sit down and read your Bible daily?
I listen to it daily.
Oh, you listen to it daily?
Yeah. And there's a stigma against that. Like, I feel like a lot of people think if you're not sitting and reading your Bible, then you're not doing it right. And we are partnered with this organization called Talking Bibles at our church, and it's specifically for people in other countries who cannot read.
Really?
And it's like this little Bible, and it's solar powered, so it can never die, and they go deliver them to people in third world countries, and it just reads it in their language.
Really?
And so I had to like squash that real fast, because there's a lot of times when I'm like, how much more do I actually spend time in the Word, because I found a way that I like to do it.
Yeah, that works for you.
Yeah. And so every morning, and I know you said today, like, I was like, hey, by the way, I look like a potato today. And she was like, it's okay, you don't have to get ready every day. And I was like, if I don't look like I got ready, that means I didn't spend any time in the Word, because I listen to the Bible while I get ready every day.
Okay.
And the more put together I look, the longer I spent in the Bible.
Interesting.
And so like today, it's almost like an oxymoron, because I'm like, I don't want to do my hair and makeup. So then God's like, when are we going to spend time together? You know?
I love that. I love it.
And so I like the metaphor of it, because it's like, well, every time you look in the mirror, if you're not put together, how much time did you spend with the Lord today? And I would put on mascara and throw my hair in a messy bun every single day and wear sweatpants. But instead, I like to try to turn on, I've listened to the Bible in the NIV version a couple years now, and now I switched over to the Message version just to hear different words in a different voice. And I'm like halfway through the Message version now. So it's like, if you don't like reading, I don't like reading. I highly suggest listening. I
love it. I feel like it shouldn't matter how you get your information, as long as you're getting your information and taking the time.
Yeah.
I'm not a big reader either, except for certain books. Like I have 3 keto books that I just got since we're diving into keto. When I do something, you guys, I'm an extremist. I'm either going all in everything, or I'll literally like mess up and then it's like we're all out, like, which is not good.
Yeah.
Which is not good at all. But I love reading like not like self-help, but kind of like empowering books and
Yeah.
like science books. I love self-help and science, which is so crazy.
Like, what's the title of a science book you love?
Well, I don't necessarily have a science book that I love, but I have 4 associate's degrees, and 2 of them are in science.
I did not know this.
Well, you asked me about, we had like a whole script. We had like a whole script planned, okay?
Right.
And it didn't go, but that was one of my fun facts that you asked, like, what are some things? I have an associate's degree in math, biology, pre-nursing, and art.
Oh my gosh, I did not know this.
Surprise!
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love science. I'm like a science geek.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm with history.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate history.
I like science a lot, but I love history.
Really?
I didn't until I like was really into my Bible though.
Okay.
Like I didn't like history because history teachers are usually really boring.
Right.
And so never had a fun history teacher.
But one of the homeschool moms I'm with is like, if you read these stories about history though, and like know like the story of it, it's so interesting and compelling, and that's how she teaches it. And I'm like, that's so good. Right. Like I love that.
Yeah. And I love traveling. So like taking the girls to Chichen Itza was so much more like just impactful on them than letting them look at a picture in a book.
Okay, wait, where? Chichen Itza?
Chichen Itza, it's the Mayan ruins in Mexico.
Okay, I'm like, what?
Yeah, sorry. Chicken pizza. They call it chicken pizza.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Okay, wait, what did she
I actually have an SVG coming out that says chicken pizza. Because the people who go to Chichen Itza will love it. And
okay.
I think I designed it in Mexico and just remembered that I designed that. And I don't know when I'm gonna put it in the membership, but
I'm dying. You need to have like, well, you probably already do have like a nice travel section.
Yes.
Okay.
So it'll go in there. I have to travel all these places so I can know what like the insiders say, you know? Yeah, they all say, they have little trinkets that say like chicken pizza on it because it's hard to remember what Chichen Itza is. So
that is so funny. I know. I was like, wait, what is she saying?
Chichen Itza. So, okay. Sorry. If the question was, if you had a podcast, what are 5 things that we would learn about you?
Do you want me to read my 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we learned one, and I can't wait to hear the rest of them.
Okay, so I love cooking and baking, but I like to do it with like scraps. Like I feel like I could turn like scraps into like a feast. Like I would love to be on an episode of Chopped.
Ooh.
You know, where they give you like a random basket.
Yeah,
and
that would be my nightmare.
Yeah, I feel like I would just like crush it like in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I say that now until you have like 45 minutes to make a gourmet meal, but I love doing that.
Yeah.
I think it's just from my past, like just growing up poor as a single mom and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's either feast or famine in your house. And when it's famine, like mama can still cook us a really good meal.
Yeah.
So that was one thing. And I grew up in Maui and I used to dance the hula, which my daughter thought was really cool. So.
It was so cool. Like, you don't know how many times when I was a kid, I'd be like, my cousins live in Hawaii.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Aww.
And like, was I ever going to go see you guys? No. Did you guys ever come see us? No. But it was just cool to know, like, I have family in Hawaii, but you guys aren't there anymore, so.
No, but I would love to go back. I got to go back once, and it was so amazing and such a fresh perspective. Taking it in as an adult, I went solo traveled by myself when I was single, and just being like, wow, I grew up here and I took it for granted because hello, I'm literally a middle schooler, like young elementary kid, and I was just like, I cannot believe like I legit grew up here. It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. I've only been there once.
What island?
Maui.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't dream a lot, but when I got back, I think I dreamt for like 4 or 5 months just that I was there. Like, it's just so beautiful.
And, sorry. Time literally stands still when you're there. Like, island time is like a true thing. Like, it just feels like it goes slower.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's laid back, no makeup, hair's in a messy bun, sea salt all over your, like, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
Yes.
We have to do a trip to Hawaii.
For sure. It's on the list.
And then I'll just do one more because I want to know about you. But I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but I am a homeschool mom. If you follow me, you probably do. But I jumped into homeschool not knowing a lick about homeschool. I was just compelled to want to teach my daughters, seeing my nieces and nephews do homeschool, and just how much time that they got and how ahead of the game they were and how they got to learn. And I would never change being a homeschool mom. It is so hard. I will just tell you, it is not easy. It is hard. I've learned more things about myself homeschooling Emmy than I think I probably taught her. There's been days where I cry, but like today we went to an alpaca farm, and like literally you could read about alpacas, right? But we got to like touch them and feel them and play with them. And I love the aspect of learning through doing.
Yes.
Instead of reading it or whatever.
Yep.
So those are mine.
I love that.
Thank you. Now what about you?
I didn't prepare for that question. And they know so much about me already.
Do a question that I asked you that you...
What were your questions? Do you have them written down?
Yeah, I have them on my phone. You want me to go grab them?
My phone's right there.
Okay, let me grab them. Hold on.
Okay. We love homeschooling.
Oh, yay.
That's what someone said. I recommend the highly sensitive person how to thrive when the world overwhelms you.
Oh,
ooh.
We have to look into that.
Like me.
Yeah, I'm very
My
sensitive.
house was like that growing up. Beginning of the month was feast time, but towards the end of the month, the famine time, but creative meals. So I grew up with a mom who, regardless if we were poor or not, she does not like, I think she'd be okay with me telling you this because we make fun of her. She still like lives alone. Like she's older now, but she still has nothing in her fridge ever.
Does she eat out a lot?
Yes. And she would just pick up food on the way home, and she's like, no, she's like, my one day a year I cook is Thanksgiving, and it's like mediocre. She's like, so now we're like, okay, we'll learn to cook and we'll cook, and she just hates it. Like, and she's open about it. She's like, I have better things to do with my life than cook. And
really?
Yeah, and so it's just, and my grandma was an awful cook. As much as she tried, I tried to think about the things we ate at my grandma's house, and I don't remember anything. I'm like, what did we eat? But there's never food. There was never food. Like,
that's crazy.
I would live on, I don't even know what I lived on half the time, but I just remember being like, isn't this normal? You have food in your house?
So did you guys cook for yourself a lot since?
Top ramen, a lot of top ramen as a kid. I remember just living on that. And then she married my stepdad, who was very healthy. So like got rid of our microwave because it causes cancer. And I had to like get food lists approved, which was good because he was like, no, we have to have food in the house. And so I was like, okay, at least somebody's fighting for me to eat. But like he would refuse to let me have certain things in the house. And so I had to have like, if we ate lasagna, it had to be like a veggie green lasagna. If I had like a Hot Pocket, I had to have like the spring roll Hot Pocket. Like I couldn't have
like a healthy version of the crap.
Like, and I just wanted the crap that like all my friends had at their house. And I was like, I want Hot Pockets and I want goldfish. And they'd be like, okay, goldfish was on the list. They were like, fine, if you want goldfish, you can eat goldfish. And then, but it like totally backfired because my mom would bring me just like candy home. And like I would be like, can you pick me up a pound of Skittles, please? And I'd just keep Skittles in my room and goldfish in my room and like
hoard my
little disgusting food and eat that. And so yeah, I didn't learn to cook at all. So
that is interesting.
Yeah.
So like, but do you like to cook now, or do you not? Are you kind of like your mom where you're like, let's just grab something?
Yeah, for the convenience of that. But I've learned I like cooking when I'm not hungry, I'm in the mood to like be creative. I have time. I'm not pressured to get it done super fast. I don't have to impress anybody, so it's just for me or the girls, and I can experiment. So I'm in the learning stages of cooking.
Good. And
if I have that comfortable space, I'll learn. But like, tell me to like cook something for a bunch of people, and I'm like,
like if we're like Tania's throwing our Thanksgiving dinner, would you do
I will decorate the house, and I will provide the house, and I will provide the space and cocktails, and you bring food, please.
That is so funny. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah. So I do not cook.
I love that. Okay, here's one of my questions.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, well let me find them while you answer. Oh my god, I'm burping up
Love
this
these
keto
check-ins.
drink you brought us. Sorry.
It's okay. So some people are saying they love this. I told everybody that I would tell people who I was thinking about having on a podcast with me last week. And it's hilarious because she came in and she was like, so is it me? And I was like, Tiffany, you know this.
Well, like, we talked about it, but I didn't want to just, like, assume that, like, I was going to be the pick for the podcast. So I was like, should I guess myself? I'm like, I'm not going to guess. I'm like, what if she's going to share the guesses with people? What if I guess myself? I'm like,
and then you're just, yeah,
anxiety,
I totally get
you
that.
guys.
I totally get that because I'm like, well, you don't want to assume, and then all of a sudden I'm like, actually, it wasn't you.
Right?
Like,
I'm not doing it with you, Tiffany.
I wouldn't put that out there. If like we have been talking about a podcast for a while, and then all of a sudden, if I were to be like, I'm making a podcast with somebody else, it's so like seventh grade mean girl right
yeah,
there.
That one,
Oh man. No, so we've been thinking about that, and we also are possibly thinking about roping her sister into it.
Yeah, you guys haven't met Larissa, but you guys will love her.
Oh, yeah. Like,
she's got, like, she's so blunt and to the point, but with love. It's
so
not
much love.
Not mean, but she'll definitely be like, no.
Yes.
That's not.
And them together are so funny. Like, people love to see them. Like, we're cousins, and this was telling Larissa, I was like, cousins are like, you walk away, like, if you're kind of like, we've had a lot of each other, like, you live in different houses. Sisters are, like, forced. And so you're like, we just work it out. And
we do.
Yeah.
We do. You saw when we all went to Disneyland, too.
Yeah.
And
I'm literally, like, sitting there, like, how do we do this? I don't know how to do this. Like,
are they fighting? Are they for real? Are they not for real?
Yeah.
Like, we just have a lot of, like, bickering and bantering.
Yeah.
But, like you said in Disneyland, which made me feel good, is, like, you're like, you guys really know how to, like, just, like, squash it right then and there and just, like, move on.
Yep.
And I was like, isn't that how every sister is? And no, it's not.
No.
No.
So, no, it's not. And I only have siblings who are like 8 years and older than me. So I did not grow up around somebody like in my face 24/7 that I was like, either we handle it or I punch you.
We literally are like 20 months apart. So we shared everything. We shared friends, the boys that we liked, just everything.
Oh, I don't even know what I would do. Like, obviously I'd be probably better at like sharing everything in real life, but I call it adulthood real life.
real life.
No, Dustin and I are more like, that's weird, but like Dustin, the dynamic of Dustin and I is the closest thing I have to having a sibling because we've been together since I was 15. We've lived together for so long that it's like we grew up, and some of our fights are petty as all get out because it's like nobody else who met in like their 30s fights like this. We're over here
I'm sure
like,
you'd be surprised.
I know, probably would be, but yeah.
Because you guys know the nitty gritty, and you guys grew up with each other, and you guys have changed since you were 15.
Yeah.
It's hard enough to change yourself, let alone somebody else, and watching it and seeing them change and everything. So I can't even imagine.
No. And then you can pull things out of the past because you were there.
Yes.
And like that is not fun for people in their 30s. It'll be like, I think you were like that, but I don't really know. You know, whereas we're like, oh, I know how you treat your mama. Like, you know, like,
right.
Yeah. So
yeah, because you guys go deep.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I'm saying is like, and siblings can do that too, and it can go both routes. Yeah. You guys are so blessed to have such a good relationship.
I agree. And I never appreciated it until we got older. And I love it. Like, after we do this, we're all going to go to my sister's house and celebrate my mom's birthday and cook and do all the things. And I'm so excited to get to do that because I know not a lot of families are like that.
Not a lot. Some are. And when I find them, I just reassure them, you make sure you give that sister a hug.
Right. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
And I just feel blessed having you guys as my cousins. Like, I was writing down all my friends' love languages in my bullet journal today, and I wrote you guys in there and, like, my family, too. But, like, I was just like, they're just such a blessing that I get to have you guys in my life. Aww. Close enough that, like, we're family. Like, you guys have each other as sisters, but it's even more awesome to have you as cousins because I'm like, we don't even have to argue like that.
Seriously.
We're just cousins.
Well, and I feel like, too, there is still this part of us that is getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Because we didn't grow up together. Like, I didn't have a relationship with my dad until I was 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
And Tania's from my dad's side of the family, and my mom raised us in Hawaii. We were away from everybody. So this that you guys are seeing, this is us also just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Too, which has been really fun.
I know. And we're so alike in certain ways.
Yes.
But then we're so, like, different in certain ways too. Like you are just so patient and kind and loving, and I'm not like
Not
that.
always, please.
I know, but no, there are so many moments. Like I've been telling a few people this story. Like in Disneyland, your feet were.
Oh God, you told me.
No, I told my mom, and I think I
Aw.
told Dustin, but like she had blisters from the shoes that I made her. But you didn't know until we got back to the hotel, and you were like, oh my gosh, my feet have like so many blisters. And I was like, if that was me, I would have been like, hold up, stop the whole thing. Everybody look at my feet because they are hurting right now. And I don't know. I feel like that's just.
I remember that moment
You're-
actually in Disney when you're like, why didn't you tell us? And I was like, it's fine. I'm
I
just
just-
bleeding and blistering. It's
I'm
not-
just bleeding and blistering, but you're still like, your face is just so lit up, and you're so excited to be in California Adventure.
I
and you're
literally
taking pictures.
was.
I know, and
I
that's
was so happy
and
to
that's
be
my
there.
point. Like, not everybody can do that. Like, not
That's
everybody
true.
can shut off. Like, okay, my feet are blistering, and that is just why. Like, I think the world needs to know you because
Aw.
you're just this human being that can walk through Disney with blisters and not even talk about them because you're so just grateful for all the other parts of it.
I was just so excited and so I guess I don't see that as like a quality sometimes because I feel like, and I know this is not how everyone is, but I feel like people just should be like that.
Yeah.
And like I don't see it as like being selfless. I'm like, well, there's 8 of us there, like who cares? I have blisters on my feet, like I can get through it. It's blisters. Like I'm literally not having my leg like crunched off, or I'm not hit by a car or anything like that. So like this is me, like I'm always thinking positive.
I love it.
I'm like, it'll be
Oh.
fine, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, what am I gonna do? Everybody stop. Let's take an Uber home. I need a golf cart to shuffle me around Disney. Like, I just thought it was a thing of walking around.
It is, and
Her shoes were rad. If you've seen our pictures.
Yeah, they look.
Did you drop those? Like,
They have
designs?
not held up, so
Oh, okay.
I want to master how to make sure they can hold up.
Oh, yeah. I thought there was room back here. I'm fine. It's just my elbow.
She's not getting her leg cut off,
Right,
guys.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yes. So I know that you have to go soon, so
Yes.
we're gonna keep this a little shorter. But I did kind of want to do this also because if you're getting to know me, you know I'm pretty strategic about things.
Yes.
So I wanted everybody to kind of get an idea of what a conversation between me and you looks like.
Okay.
Because literally on the plane flight home from Disney,
I wish we had a recorder.
I know, but like we just go and go and go. And at first I was like, this poor lady next to us, but by the end she was like, so what do you guys do?
Yeah, I was so interested. I'm like, Tania's like, give her your business card. I'm like, yeah, but she's like, I don't have a business card, but this is what I do. I'm like, you should follow her on YouTube. It was awesome.
Yeah, we were just going at it with just business ideas and things that we could work on with the clothes and all the things, and it was just, that's how we
didn't
are.
stop talking.
No, we don't ever.
No,
So
it's fun.
that's what I was like, we could probably film 5 seasons in one day
Seriously.
if we just sat and recorded it.
But this is why I love her, because she is strategic. She has a plan. Like on here, what I wrote for my mental health struggle, and although it's not a mental health struggle, is inconsistency, because it leads to things like anxiety because I have clutter. It leads to yo-yo dieting because I'm not consistent in my health journey and all that stuff. So I love the consistency that you bring, because I know like, okay, at 4:00 on Thursday, I show up here, or if we're doing a podcast and we set a time, I get to go here. So it gives me some stability, which I love, that I don't have.
Right.
So that helps me. And I always want to surround myself with people who make me better.
Right.
And you make me better.
And I'm like, you are always like, oh, Thursday's your Friday, I don't want to do, and I'm like, do you not even know like what I need most at the end of my week is a good hangout with you, because you're so just uplifting.
Aw.
That's like, I start my weekend off right after
Yes.
ending my work week with you. So what, like, it's not, first of all, it's the crafts that drive me nuts, because I'm like, crap, I have to prep a craft for Thursday night. But
now
like,
you won't always have to.
yeah, so
that's
that's kind of where I was going. I was like, well, what if we just filmed our podcast or did a live podcast and we save the audio and put it onto Spotify or whatever it is? Because I honestly don't know how to edit a podcast.
Me either.
Want to, so.
I hate editing anything.
Yeah.
Sorry, this thing is making
do you even like this? You don't have to drink it if you don't like it.
No, I love it. So I've had this before.
Okay.
But I think they did too much cream in it.
Okay,
What
so
do
you
think?
probably get it with water and cream. I try to get it all the cream because then it separates and it looks weird, and then I'm like...
I think I do. I think I get water. I just asked for the keto pink drink.
Okay.
Well, what is this?
This is the passion tea with sugar-free vanilla and heavy cream.
Okay. I like it. Sometimes I feel like when I drink heavy cream, I'm clogging my arteries. And I use heavy cream in the morning with my coffee.
Okay. It's cheap too, so you do not have to drink it. And they gave me the Trenti cup for free because they were out of venti cups.
Oh,
so
cool.
Don't think I spent a ton of money on you and you have to drink
no,
it.
I don't feel like I have to, but I'm gonna bring the Starbucks next time. I'm gonna get you how I make it.
Ooh, okay.
Can we take whoever's on here? Can we take 5 minutes and try snacks?
Yeah, let's try snacks. It's the snack period of the time. Okay, I brought. What did you bring?
Okay. No.
Oh, these are new jeans. Those are so cute.
Yes,
Look at their splatter painted.
Do you love them?
I wasn't sure when I saw the picture, but seeing them in person, I'm like, those are so cute.
My shirt is so big, you guys. I'm in a 3X right now, but I love these.
Is it big because you're losing weight?
No, it's because I grabbed the wrong size and I flew out the door and I'm like, I think this is like a 2X. I'm just gonna put it on. It's a little big, and then I looked. I'm like, geez, Louise, this is a 3X. But no, I love these. Look at the stretch, you guys.
Oh, they're stretchy. Are they the brand that you sold me all the shorts that I still need to pay you for?
Yeah.
I need to. So
they're stretchy, but they hold their shape.
Okay.
Which is why I love it. And the homeschool moms, are the homeschool moms that we went to the alpaca field trip, they were all in the Judy Blue shorts from the shop.
They're so comfortable.
So comfortable.
They are so worth it. I bought the black ones, the jean ones, and the blue and white stripes, and I have my shorts for probably ever.
And I'm getting more.
Okay, because I hold on to shorts forever, even if I grow out of them or grow back into them, because I'm they're shorts.
And Judy Blues will stretch with you. So if you're someone who gains weight or loses weight, they can go with you 2 or 3 sizes up or down, which is really cool. So you guys
they're
have to
so
check it out.
Okay, these are the new spicy dill pickle.
Oh, I've been wanting to try these.
Okay.
No.
So Costco has them.
Costco has these?
Yeah.
Can I just stick my hand in?
Just do it.
Okay.
Just get it.
Oh my gosh. Anyone else doing this with us? I know a couple girls reached out and was like, I'm having FOMO. I need to
do it.
These are good.
These are so good.
I love pickles. These are bomb.
These are pickles with a twist of spice.
They're a little spicy.
They're spicy dill pickle. I was like, that's probably good. And I think this is our second bag we've bought.
These are fire. These are so good.
So good.
You can make a really good trail mix with this. Chew.
Okay. We need to have
I was going to say pretzels, even though we're doing low carb. That's not right.
But chocolate covered of these, baby. Not chocolate covered, but dark chocolate cacao.
Wait, on these?
I don't know.
Like a chocolate pickle?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I'll have to try it. That sounds kind of gross. What? Just dip it in chocolate. It'll be fine. Remember, you guys, she doesn't cook.
I'm going to leave you to coming up with the concoctions.
Dying right now. Okay. Okay, you guys, I discovered this. Now, this is kind of expensive, but I think they're well worth it. You have to tell me.
Okay.
What I like about these, you guys, is these are vegan. So they're actually made from cashews.
Ooh, chocolate chip cookie dough.
So let's see.
And they're made with where do you get these?
I actually found these at Rayleigh's, but they were they're $10.50 for a bag.
So is it supposed to be like cookie dough?
I guess so, yeah.
Can you bake it?
No.
It's
I can't. I'm trying to figure out what it's made. Oh, so it's made out of cashews. You might be able to bake it.
It's very runny.
They were in my car.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
But it's kind of like a buttery cookie dough, huh?
Mhm.
What do you think? Do you like it?
Yeah.
I like that they're vegan because when you eat keto, you're eating like a lot of cheeses and
So
all that.
much, yeah.
So if you feel like you're like clogging your arteries or whatever it may be.
And we're actually getting dinner for our friends tonight, and she's a vegan. I was like, how do we do this? I'm keto, you're vegan. Like, what do we eat? We're getting Thai food.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, yeah, because you can, yeah.
Curry.
Yes.
Green curry.
Have you ever had Penang curry?
Mm-mm.
Oh, will you guys get Penang curry and tell me what you think? It's so good.
Is it keto?
I think so. It's like
Okay.
a heavy cream and curry, and you can do like chicken, or if you guys have ever had Penang, it's the
Penang.
Penang, P-A-A-N-G, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try it. I think Dustin already ordered it for pickup time, so I'll get it next time.
Okay,
These are good.
phenomenal. These are really good. Look at
These
it's
are like
a-
they're very melty.
Mhm.
So I'm missing out on all that goodness.
The cashews are like a buttery.
I did this yesterday. I had a
These are so
one
good.
of the peanut butter cups in my purse, and it was like melty, and I was like eating it, and someone was like, "You have chocolate everywhere," and I was like, "I know, but
I'm
so
hungry.
worth it."
Yeah, these are really
Those are good.
Even Larissa tried it, and Larissa doesn't do keto, and she was like, "These are really good."
Yeah, they are good.
Mm-hmm.
Are they fat? Like, or do they have fat in them?
Yeah. So let's see. 130 calories, 11 grams of fat.
Oh wow,
Mm-hmm.
lots of fat.
Cause the cashews, they're all
Yeah.
cashews.
That's good.
Carbs, 6 grams of carbs, 6 fiber.
Oh,
So that means they're like 0 net carbs.
right.
These are a 1 gram of sugar, 0 net carbs, and 6 grams of protein. You guys, these are bomb.
Right. I can't promise you this is good.
Are we gonna get sick?
No, I
Okay.
meant like taste
Okay.
good. It's good. It's good till November 30th, 2021.
No, just because it's hot outside. Like you just grabbed it from the house, right?
Yeah.
Or do you refrigerate them?
No, you don't have to.
Mm.
Do you?
know.
Like,
Do
I
you
graduated
refrigerate
that.
tuna?
I grabbed them from my house because they were kind of like hidden,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I think you guys tried a lot of the snacks that were in that drawer,
Mm-hmm.
so I tried to just grab something that you guys.
That was really fun going to your house, and like I felt like such a creep though, because I was like going through. I'm like, where does she hide this? Where is this at? And it was like I kind of felt like a burglar or something.
No, it was fine, and I wouldn't let you in if I thought I had anything to hide.
No, you didn't. It was
Just made
was
you
awesome.
stay downstairs. Okay, so I hate tuna.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, but Brittany actually got me onto the like buffalo one, and I grabbed the ranch one like a while ago. I haven't tried it.
Okay,
so
let's
I got
do
your
it.
fork.
Let's do it.
You try it first.
You want me to go first? I actually
like tuna?
Uh-huh. But if I had to choose between tuna or like the shredded chicken breast in the can, you know, like they have at Costco.
Yeah.
The chicken.
I didn't even know they
For
did
sure.
that. I need to do that with my life because chicken of the sea.
I don't taste any ranch.
Maybe it's at the bottom.
Let me try some more.
Okay. The buffalo one of that is really good though.
Let me go to the bottom.
Okay. I don't know. It looks like they have a lemon dill on the back. Like you can get a different one. That actually looks like tuna. Like
Uh-huh.
I grew up with like the cans of tuna.
This isn't my favorite.
Okay. So
I want to try the buffalo.
and this is how you know you're not lying about stuff. That mug cake is disgusting. That I was like, oh, she's gonna promote that, and you're like, anybody wants to try this? Throw it in the garbage.
It
And I
was
like,
so gross.
so bad.
It tastes like fish food flakes, you guys. It was
so
disgusting.
good. It was gross. Yes. So
So
bad.
you've had it before.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had my high hopes, and I was like, no.
I was so excited. Someone reached out to me and sent me like a brownie one by a different company, and they're like, you have to try this. This is so good. But I make a homemade one, and it's bomb.
Yeah, I want to know how you make
Okay,
it.
I will.
So.
I made like a little reel. I'll have to share it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel weird posting about keto on my boutique, and then people are like, oh, I came over here to find keto stuff, and they're like, what, she sells clothes? Like,
They were here for you.
that's true.
That's part of growing on the internet, is letting people get to know you as the creator
That's
of the
true.
business.
That's true. I just feel like, sometimes. Okay, I have one more.
Mm-hmm.
Can we?
Yep.
So, I know you don't like seaweed, but I found these seaweed
I do
snacks.
love seaweed. I never said that.
I thought you... Okay, well, I had to try the Korean barbecue, and you...
I loved it.
I know, but I thought you said...
We eat seaweed all the time.
Literally.
I love sushi and seaweed and all the things.
Okay, try this.
Ooh, what is it though?
Okay, so tempura original flavor. So this is
does it have carbs?
Yes, it does have some carbs. I'll read it to you right now.
Ooh, it's tempura.
So 90 calories. A serving size is a third of this bag. There's
so good.
6 carbs, 0 sugars, 1 protein. So they're not the smallest amount for carbs, but to put them in like a salad or just eat them, like you miss that crunch when you're on keto.
Where do you get these?
I found these at Grocery Outlet.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get some because I love the seaweed, but we eat a lot of it. Like we'll get the whole big thing from Costco, and the kids will just plow through it.
And these have like a sweet.
Mm-hmm.
These are like sweet but salty. They're super good.
These are so good.
Mm-hmm.
These don't even feel like I'm just like making an exception.
No, I know. They're so good.
Like I would gladly choose these over a chip.
Look, it's like half tempura, half seaweed.
It has like the saltiness of the seaweed, but then it has the crunch of a chip.
Do you taste like a vinegary?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's so good. Yeah, I love these. And I feel like, you know how we were talking, like if you're anti-pork rind, you would use these for like a dip.
That's what I'm thinking because I like pork rinds until I think about what they are. This is just tempura, but so it does have 6 grams of carbs per how many servings?
A third of a bag.
Okay. That's not that bad.
I could eat these though, like.
Oh, yeah. Those are so good. And if you're low calorie, they're only 90 calories.
Mm-hmm. Seaweed is just one of my favorites, and I love when they do different things with them.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They're so good. The jalapeno and sweet spicy tuna packets are delicious. Okay, I'll try to get some other Starkist ones.
I want to try the buffalo because I'm such a buffalo sauce. Didn't you send me a reel too of like the buffalo thing, but with cauliflower?
Yeah, it was a buffalo mac and cheese with but I was like, if you just sub cauliflower, all the other ingredients are so good.
If you guys know, does anyone know who eats keto maybe of a good noodle substitute, like a true noodle that you can eat that has no carbs or like low net carbs? Because I'm dying to find.
I got one on Amazon and it actually ends up not being low carb after you eat it. And it like, yeah, all the reviews said like it just clears you out, like in the bad way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I liked them, but then I was reading up on them and they're like, these are technically not low carb because they're something, I don't know, they had something in them, but they put like 3 net carbs on the front, but if you do all the science in the back, it's like not really.
Huh. Yeah, I want to know if there's some kind of noodle because I do miss having like a noodle.
Yeah.
Anyone?
No one says anything about it. All right, we're gonna get going. Do you guys want us to craft next week or you want us to chat some more next week?
Oh my gosh, I'm so good with either. We should like get a craft that we could like sit here and like knitting or something.
Knitting!
Should we learn how to knit?
Yeah, maybe we should do crafts I'm not good at either. Yes. I don't know how to knit or crochet. I know how to crochet lines. Maybe we'll just crochet lines.
Okay, I've never even picked up a crochet needle. Like, I don't know, but...
Okay, let's learn how to crochet and I'll teach you the single crochet. I know a single crochet and a half crochet, that's all.
Yeah, because at alpaca farm we went to, the reason she got alpacas was to learn how to knit and to make her own yarn from the alpaca wool or the alpaca fur or whatever.
Well, that is just a whole nother level.
Isn't that crazy? I was like, wow. And now she has like 15 alpacas. I'm like, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not into the like create your own craft supply. I mean, some craft supplies, but I don't create them. So that's crazy.
Oh, it was a pretty interesting story.
That's awesome.
Don't mind me. I'm just over here.
No, they're so good.
Away.
Love crochet, both. I found them at Trader Joe's. Okay. Trader Joe's said it. Okay, food is ordered. Cool. All right. So we'll see you guys next week.
This was really fun, you guys. Like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And just something different.
And honestly, for me, these, like if we can bring some crochet or something funny that just kind of adds an element would be helpful, just because Thursdays are, for my own mental health, like it's a lot for me just to prep a craft. Like a lot of the times I was like, I can't do it, Tiffany, because I don't want to craft. But like I was like, but I still want to see you and hang out with you.
Yeah, we could do whatever.
Yeah.
It could just be like a whatever with a noob.
Whatever with a noob.
One.
What are we gonna do today?
Right. What would the noob do? No, I don't know.
Well, you don't technically a noob at this, so maybe we have a different name for it or something. But if you guys miss seeing her craft, maybe we do crafting once a month, and then the rest is just other random things.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
I would love that. I hope you guys would love that too.
Yeah. And then I think you'll see her more on Amazon Lives, right?
Yes, I want to do it. That we need to, like, when we're done talking with you guys, we're gonna continue our talk.
Right. So yeah, and Amazon Lives will be all over the place because we want to, like they did the keto stuff. We want to do some.
I want to do everything, you guys. I want to know what you want to see. I want to do my hair with you guys. I want to do my makeup. I want to get ready with you guys. I want to like do everything.
And I feel like I use so much stuff from Amazon that I'm always like, oh, I want to show them this. It's not a craft supply, but I want to show them this. And like I was waxing my legs last night, and I was like, I want to show them my leg waxing routine.
Yeah,
like,
that would be cool.
Yeah.
Because, oh my gosh, for Mother's Day, my boyfriend got me, he just thought it was so funny. He teases me about the hair on my upper lip.
He teases you?
Yes, he'll be like, babe, I could see it in the sun. And he'll like tickle it.
That's funny because I've never been self-conscious about it. And then I was literally just looking in the mirror yesterday, and I almost asked Dustin, does my mustache bother you?
Yeah, he got me these little no stash wax strips in my Mother's Day thing, and he's like, I thought it was so funny, and I was like,
oh man.
Yeah, so I would have loved to watch that. So I think that's cool, like to have more randomness.
Right.
On
so
Amazon.
Maybe we keep like crafting off of Amazon, and we just do random girl things.
Whatever you want.
Random
I know Larissa too would
Yeah.
be great. Like she has some tips and tricks she could show us.
Yeah. And she wants to show morning routines and all that. So
that'd be fun.
Yep.
We got a lot of stuff for you guys.
Yeah, we
just
do.
get ready.
And Prime Day's coming too, so I know they want to do big Prime things.
Oh,
so
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what Prime Day is?
Well, I know what Prime is, but I didn't know there was like a Prime Day.
Yeah. Where like tons of stuff is on sale.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is gonna get crazy with Amazon.
I hope so. So
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. All right, we will see you guys
Okay, bye you guys.
week. Bye.